When I started the business, I was just selling in a few countries, and now I'm selling in 60 countries around the world. I was selling 1 pair of shoes a day, and now I'm selling 30 pairs of shoes a day. You've just got to keep moving forwards. The light bulb moment, I suffer from a foot condition called bunions. I was getting married in Tuscany and I wanted some pretty sandals. There were no footwear businesses that made shoes that are suitable for a wedding, and I kind of did a big search on Google. I was kind of down to page 7 and 8. I've just been making like 10 pairs of shoes somewhere in the world that they could have sold me for my wedding, but I couldn't find them. It was the moment that I realised that there was no one doing what I thought was, filling a massive gap in the market. I wanted a name that was as far away from kind of ugly orthopaedic shoe type companies as possible. The word Calla is actually named after the long-stemmed calla lily that you often find at weddings, and it kind of stands for purity and youth. And that for me resonated with how I felt that my ladies, my customers, wanted to feel when they put their shoes on. The initiative between GS1 UK and Enterprise Nation was a really exciting one, a great opportunity, and it was to pitch to buyers, or a buyer, of John Lewis. I applied and I got shortlisted, and that was invaluable. Take the time, I think, to really understand what your customers want. I would always recommend that if you have a product-based business, get your customers before you even launch. One of the pieces of information I got was that I needed barcodes for my shoe boxes. When you use GS1 barcodes, they're globally recognised. I always want to use the best that the business can afford at any point in our journey. Barcoding from GS1 UK, I knew that once I'd signed up, bought the barcodes, I didn't have to worry about it. They kind of took all of that administrative stress away that you just don't need when you're running a business. You want to know that things are ticking along without you having to get involved. If you're not willing to put the time, and this is what I always say to people, just to do some of the fundamentals, and maybe you're not cut out to run a business. The software that drives the fulfillment centre, you can see where your product is at any time, so you can see the order coming in, and then you can see when it's been scanned and at what point it is in its journey, so that if you need to change anything in that order, then you can. But in order to go into the fulfillment centre, you had to have barcodes, and I was ready, and it was great.